Hey guys, Ankara here. Today I'll be doing a review of Temp Guy versus GlutenSlayer. GlutenSlayer is a YouTuber guy. I highly recommend checking out his channel. He's more interesting, he has more personality than I have, and he does a face cam. I never really add face cams because my phone basically has terrible quality and I'd have to play at an awkward angle, so it's probably not worth it to me. Anyways, so the first part when you play this game is deck building. First and foremost, you need a good deck to have good games. So if you look at your deck, he's Lando, by the way. It's a little bit inconsistent in what you want to do. So basically, the reason why people play Lando in the first place is so we can shuffle and get like a double Bantha push off with some extra energy, right? So it's really hard to counter that, especially if he has two Banthas going. So if you have a very forefront, like slow push deck, and you also have a backdoor deck with some aggressive like swarming units, it doesn't really make any sense and it's really inconsistent. So what you want to do is pick two categories of the three. One is aggressive swarm, two is slow push, and three is backdoor split push. You can have these two and then change this to like Marauder, something tankier that, you know, can be better fodder. Or you could have Twilight Rebels and Bantha and Commando or something. But I'd highly recommend removing this card. This is only for aggressive decks. It's really strong aggressive decks, but it's really weak in defensive decks because it doesn't have any health, but it's really good if you tank for it, basically. Or you split push with it. But your deck doesn't really split push with small units. You split push with Rocket Trooper, so it doesn't make sense having that card. So a little bit of mistaken deck building. You'll see it come to hurt him later in the future. So the game's going to start. I'm going to skip ahead to this area. Oops, I thought I took this off. Good luck, really appropriate. So he's going to slow push on the bottom left side. Sorry for the quality. This is the quality I was sent to me. He's going to slow push with Do back. This is good. So I'm going to pause right here. There's actually no reason putting these units here. It's a waste of energy. So what you should have done or should do is either split push with this card or put this in the back line around in the top left corner where your health pack is. Putting this down doesn't do anything. Like, putting your Twilights down literally does nothing. They just die into the tower for 1 energy for free. There's no reason to do that. So let's continue. Basically waste of 1 energy. Good reaction timing on your Ion Mine. You got rid of the snipers in the middle. Good placement. So now you're sitting on a bunch of energy and you just TIE Fighter. Alright, so as soon as you TIE Fighters, you don't need to go back. What you need to do when you TIE Fighters, you need to go in. Because if you die as Lando, it doesn't really matter at this moment in time. Instead of going backwards to heal, you need to go forwards into this tower, probably put down Rebel Troopers, and then Twi'leks too. You can put Rebel Troopers, and then Twi'leks, and then you could shuffle if you really need to. But I wouldn't use the shuffle here. There's no point shuffling at this moment in time. You don't need the extra energy for anything. You missed your chance to shuffle, basically, is what happened. So you're going to put Rocket Trooper down instead. So, I mean, this is okay of a play, but I don't know if you saw this. You actually saw him put down this repair droid. You could Ion Mine it, and you do. Okay. Actually, this is perfectly fine. Good Ion Mine, but the thing is, like, you missed a lot of free damage earlier. So, when you shuffled, I saw you shuffle earlier. I just want to tell you this before I say anything else. There's no point shuffling unless you're gonna have a split push. So what the shuffle does is it makes your total energy push by 1 or 2 larger than your opponent's. Shuffling now for extra energy regeneration doesn't really mean that much. And the other time you can shuffle is also when you want a specific card. Since you're not getting a specific card and you're not doing a slow push at this moment in time, there's no point shuffling. If you wanted to cycle through, it makes sense to, but like you didn't really need to cycle through. Your hand was fine. So you're looking at him, he's going to heal, he's going to slow push ATSD. So you're going to slow push Do back. So in this case scenario, you see him healing his left side. What you're going to do is just slow push. There's no point for you to do anything. Alright, so bad use of shuffle again, as I said. Look, so as soon as you get your shuffle, you can put these down in the back, or on the back left. And you can put these down in the back left too. So you could have 2 units in the back left to attack this tower, so he's forced to deal with it. And then you could shuffle for some more small units to push this ATST. Or you could just put down Rocket Trooper on the left side or something, like Rocket Trooper right here, then deal with that. But shuffling now actually does nothing at all. The problem with playing with most Lando players is that he's difficult to play. He's the most mentally exhausting character to play because you have to make the most decisions. But he's not very mechanically hard. He's just mentally very straining. So you wasted some energy. You probably wasted about 3 energy. That's a huge amount. So you're going to put that down. You can put this down. This is what happens when you keep spamming Area of Effect on repair droids. Like, there's no point killing this repair droid over here. Since you killed that repair droid over there, now you're stuck not being able to push. You only kill repair droids if you need damage done, but since this tower is already pretty much full, like, it's barely any health there, there's no point destroying it. Really bad use of Ion Mine there. So you're gonna keep going in, you're gonna keep fighting this out. There's no point to run there. You might as well just have died, honestly, but because he can't really push that hard. He was low on energy. Like, you could tell he's low on energy basically by how much he spent. You keep trying to backdoor. So this is something you guys gotta know. If you try to backdoor 2 times in a row and he responds both times, don't do it anymore, because you know he already understands. If he's a competent player, he will stop you every single time. So if he stops you twice, you can assume he's a competent player, and there's no point wasting energy like that. So you get the slow push here. Basically, you're gonna want to slow push with this, and then put Partisan down. I don't know why you clicked on him, but that's cool. So you're gonna slow push there, and then you're gonna shuffle. There's no point shuffling right now, but I guess it's okay. Like, it's not the worst thing in the world. So you're gonna keep doing this aggressive play. Yeah, you keep going. I mine there. So you're gonna go ahead and move out the way. You're gonna put another. Okay. So I want to take issue with this one right here. There's no point slow pushing Bantha by himself, because Bantha by himself is pretty worthless. So what you should have done instead is let's go back here, is just like, you know what your next card is, and you know that you have this card, and you know he doesn't have TIE Bomber because he would have used it before, and he doesn't have TIE Bomber. So if you put down Pathfinders and Partisan, he's gonna have a hell of a time trying to defend his I don't know, bottom tower or right tower, whatever you want to call it. So that's a really bad misplay of 5 energy. You basically just threw it in the trash for basically free. And if you have Partisan here, Partisan would have been able to defend this and kill these whatever things, heavy gunners. So he's gonna run after you, of course. Yeah, and then you're gonna see your Bantha basically do nothing on the left tower. It was complete waste. You're gonna keep ion mining. I guess it's okay to ion mine here. I personally would just save it and just put more damage down. You don't have to kill repair droids if it's there. You only should kill them if they're gonna repair a lot of health. Also, putting fodder like this here, like Twilight Rebels, Twilight Rebels does nothing. It's just a waste of energy, and I don't know, it doesn't accomplish anything at all. So then you try pushing in when you don't have enough energy. You don't have enough energy to push. You just have to give it up, but I guess it's okay. You're pretty close, and you have your shuffle down. I guess you can keep pushing and pressuring as Lando. You can definitely do that. You put Twi'leks again. Again, Twi'leks are very useless unless you're supporting them. Twi'leks literally do nothing unless you support them. So bad use of energy again. You wasted energy. And then you're going to keep attacking. You're going to defend here. Rocket Trooper, good call. Defend your Rocket Trooper with everything you've got. Okay, so what I want to tell you here is that you should have defended it with more things, because you had more energy. So when you put Rocket Trooper down, I'm going to tell you right here. Where'd you put it down? Okay, so when you put your Rocket Trooper down, you could have put it down a little bit to the right, just so it could be a little bit safer. That tiny amount of distance was really, really worth it. But I could see what you did. I'd space out these Twi'leks, but I guess you're just trying to cycle through and it didn't work out. So basically, a certain amount of bad deck building and bad energy management really, really messed you up. So here, here what I was talking about. You should have put Partisan in front of it, because Partisan's very tanky, and you should have been dying before your Rocket Trooper does, so big mistake there. So yeah, let's continue this, and then it's going to end right here. I think it believes in a tie. So you actually had a very, very easy win on your hands. It's just that 2 things mess with you. First of all, bad deck building. Twi'leks doesn't fit in your deck, and you don't use Twi'leks properly either. I highly recommend... I'm trying to think. Marauders, Adrenal, I'm trying to think what other things. You get to use the other Clone Wars cards if you want to. Commando, if you want Commando, you can do that. Stun Grenade, or... I don't know, there's just a lot of other cards. Marauders are just better for your playstyle because they're just tankier. And since you're a ranged character, you generally want tanky characters. The only character that uses Twilight Rebels that is a ranged character is Hera. The rest, basically melee characters like Luke or something, tank for Rebel Twilight Rebels or whatever. So yeah, make sure your deck's consistent with what you want to do of your general gameplay strategy, and make sure that you use the character you're planning to properly with your deck. So Lando is very heavily based on your deck, so you have to make sure that you understand your deck really, really well, and the chances of you shuffling into better cards. That's another thing I want to, like, you should know about him. But he's just like, he's mentally tough to play. But I don't think that makes him particularly bad. He just doesn't have enough utility. Just shuffling your cards isn't that much utility. So, yeah, I appreciate your replay, and I hope this helped you out. So, takeaway is better deck, better energy management, and better placement of Rocket Trooper. So yeah, and Twilight Rebels, better placement with Twilight Rebels too. So yeah, I'll see you all next time. This was Ankara. I hope this taught you enough, and yeah, peace out, y'all. Also subscribe if you liked it, because I'll probably do more of these things later. This is just one that I got in my mail, and I just decided to do it because I don't know. I have nothing else to do. Peace out.